Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. As you all know, I haven't spoken in the last few months, and you can thank your bloggers for that. You kind of get sick of being kicked around and misinterpreted and having things said that you don't agree with, that make it sound different than it was, and people begin to believe that. So I thought maybe they'd pick on somebody else, but they haven't. It's quieted down a little, so I thought I'd at least express my opinion here tonight. For you that don't know me, my name is Wiley. I've lived here all my life, raised my family here. 4 of my 5 children live in Cape Vincent. We love Cape Vincent, and we love the people in Cape Vincent. We're sorry to see that, to hear and to know that there's a controversy here in Cape Vincent. Relatives aren't speaking to relatives, friends aren't speaking to friends, neighbors aren't speaking to neighbors. I like to think that I have many friends in Cape Vincent and have had over the years. It's going to take more than a controversy for me to negate and not be friendly with those friends. Everybody's got a right to their own opinion and their own thoughts. And I actually blame the town board for this controversy. You're not representing the total people in Cape Vincent. You have a plan 1A, defeat windmills. And that's perfectly all right. Fight them all you can. If you get rid of them, life will go on and we'll live here. But my feeling is that at this point in time, where you have forced VP to go to Article 10, and if you had cooperated with them in the beginning, I think they're going to come in the end. That's my feeling. They're going to get here. They're going to be here. If you'd have cooperated with them in the beginning, we could have had them where we wanted them. We could have had windmills probably going by now. So you have held them off for 2 or 3 or I don't know how many years. And you stop and think. I think back to the last election. I think the program or the thought was, I'm against windmills. I'm running for office in Cape Vincent. That again got the absentee ballots out and got that person elected. People didn't know her from Adam, but they knew what they wanted and they knew what they were going to get by putting her in office. So again, I blame the town board for the controversy, and I think you can correct it. I think the town board should be the lead agency in talking to VP. They're going to come. I think you should face that and realize it. Fight them right to the end. That's okay with me. Fight them to the end, but also be looking out for all of the people in Cape Vincent. And find out, and be the lead agency, and get the most amount out of VP that we can possibly get. There's going to be money floating around out there. Reduce our taxes to help our school system, to help the whole community, and to bring the community back together. I wish you would at least consider that and be thinking about it, and let people know that you're going to consider looking into and talking with VP and find out what the advantages and disadvantages are. There's going to be advantages, and the disadvantages are we don't want to look at them. Fight them right to the end, that's fine. But be ready when they come to get all that you can for the people of Cape Vincent. Now, I could have written all this down and handed it to you. You would have said thank you, and I wouldn't have heard from you again. That's happened many times in the past. I'm glad to hear you speak up and say, I'm going to get you an answer, Jim, and we'll work with you. That's great. And that's the way it should be. It should be for every issue that comes to the town. They should have answers and should be able to tell people what they're thinking, what they're going to do, and get things settled and work for the people of Cape Vincent, not just have one thought in mind, get rid of windmills. I would ask, again, I could have handed it out and you'd have said thank you, but I would like to ask if you have any comments about Plan B and willing to negotiate when the time comes, should be started now. We should have our county legislator, Mike Doctor, representing all the people and talking to VP, get the advantages and disadvantages of what they will do for us. And I think there will be some advantages, and I think they're going to come. And I'd like to hear some comments. Do you have any comments from the board? Cliff, you usually have an answer for everything.
I would, Harold. I mean, if the time comes, in fact, that if the state says in effect that they're going to cast aside our laws, we spent a lot of time and effort developing a comprehensive plan, revising that, and doing the law. And of course, we've said it time and again, I said, that law wasn't put in place just to keep somebody out. That law was put in place to protect people. Now, I know for a lot of folks that have leases and are very anxious to have this program here, of course, they have interest, but they're entirely different interests for those people that are non-participants, those are other individuals. So that law was put in effect to protect safety, health, also concerns over property values, a whole host of things. Now, if BP and the rest of them can come in and abide by that, then we've said all along, if you're going to abide by those rules, that's fine and dandy. But if you're not, there's no way that we can, as a responsible group, sit here and cast it, let me finish, cast aside all the concerns and interests this community should have, and we should have, for non-participants and other folks that aren't involved, protect their rights. So, I mean, if they want to do that, when the time comes and if the state says in effect they'll cast aside, you can bet your bottom dollar that all of us will fight like crazy to get the most out of the deal once we've been told they're going to come here. But otherwise, we're going to stand firm in protecting that law.
Let me ask you, what drove BP to go to Article 10? The zoning law. You zone them right out of the district, so to speak. It's too restrictive. They said, and you wonder why they don't start doing...
Harold, this is not going to be an all-night discussion, okay?
Yeah, I
If
figured
you're-
that would come up
after-
too, but it-
I know,
I
after the
want
meeting,
to settle that.
after the meeting, if you want to talk,
No,
I'll
I
talk
can't
with
stay.
you.
I've got a sick daughter-in-law, and I've got to
Well,
go attend to her.
Okay, I've got an office, you know where it is.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.